LaRon McGee. I'm LaRon McGee. I represent the nonprofit From Me Unto Unity. I'm here today on behalf of the people of Darren Village Apartments in District 10. They are living in dilapidated housing and they are paying $9.75 a month for rent. And so I said I was going to come down. I wanted them to come down with me. They were not able to make it. These are working class people, majority, and some are handicapped, and they couldn't make it down today. So I said I'll be here to represent for them. I also has constructed a list that I passed out last night on their needs to help them along. I know that it's a housing crisis, and it's not much that can be done. It's going on all over America, but what I said was at least it's something that we can do to help their living to improve, better quality of life. They're dealing with sewage coming up out of their faucets. They're dealing with flooding, heavy flooding. They're dealing with mold issues. They have medical reports saying that since they have been living there, they have contracted cancer and lung disabilities, certain problems. So I just want to come along and see what we can do to help them to have just a better quality of life. And I do thank Andrea Boone, council member, for responding last night and putting the call out. And we're going to do a water drive for them because they are still bathing in the sewage water and cooking in the water. But they have stopped drinking it, but it's just as worse. So I just said we just need to come together, and please check your emails. Everyone check your emails. I sent the email out, the list, and I hope I can get all you all support. Thank you so much.
Been joined by Councilmember Amos, our Vice Chair. And upon her request, I'm going to let Councilmember Boone respond, as that is District 10 is her district.
Thank you, sir. We have been out to the Darren Village Apartments over the past 4 weeks, working with Ms. Lisa Morshow, who is working with the Solicitor's Office. We appreciate you all's interest. We have received your letter regarding the hot water tank that will be replaced and some of the things that can be replaced. We are in the process of moving some of the residents, but we are on top of this issue, and it is very unfortunate that citizens are living in these conditions. The bottles and jugs of water will be made available. So we are going through your list, and I have been in touch with Ms. Lisa Morshow as early as 1 p.m. today. Thank you for your interest.
Thank you, Councilmember Boone. Next, DeJuan Robinson.
Afternoon, Council. I was going to echo Mr. McGee sentiments, but thank you, Councilman Boone, for your swiftly concern and showing empathy, so there's nothing else to be said, because I did get notification that you did reach out and everything was being taken care of, so thank you. Can I defer my remainder 2 minutes to Mr. Shakur? Is that okay?
Yes, sir. We'll call on you when I get to you. You'll have an additional 2 minutes, Mr. Shakur, if you can reflect that. Next is Ms. Henri Jordan.
All right. So what we have just heard, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have just heard is a speaking I did yesterday, a public speaking, public comment at the public safety meeting at City Hall yesterday, where I laid out the needs and the concerns of the residents of Darren Village. I can't stress this enough. The needs and the concerns of the residents of Darren Village is the same needs that a lot of our Atlanta neighbors, residents, are suffering through. Now, you also heard the response from Councilmember Boone, where she claims that she has been there for the past 4 weeks straight, and that she has housing outside of Darren Village, better housing. I want Sister Sand to respond to that to see if she have heard anything as a tenant
I
of.
have not. I have absolutely not heard anything. This was the first time I even heard this today. Really? When? Where? I have not heard anything close to. I, I ain't heard nothing from no Andrea Boone besides what Miss Sheena heard from her, which that was well over 4 weeks ago. Um, no. So who they told that to, no one has reached out, put a note on the door, said anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. And we figured as much. Also, I received a call from Andrea Boone earlier when I asked, can we use the C.T. Martin Recreation Center for a drop-off point for the water drive? And her response was she had heard that there's no such thing as sewage coming from the faucets in the apartments of Darren Village, and therefore she's going to do a testing of the water in the morning, and depending on the results of that testing,
I would like to know what building is she testing, because let me tell you something. I don't know if it's the whole complex, but come test the I building. Come test the I building. We've had so many plumbing issues. Like I told you before, when they had people out here coming to deal with the plumbing issues, they stopped because they weren't paying these people. And then they had the neighborhood dudes do some stuff. I don't know what happened with all that, but baby, we were having some bad issues going on. I don't know what completely. It was a white crew at first, and then now the Mexican crew. I don't know.
so this is why
Last week our water was cut off. They said it was a pothole or something. I'm not even sure what that was even about. But the water was off the whole day until 5:30.
without any notice.
No, and that was the crazy part, because when I actually got home from my apartment, I started looking around like, okay, ain't no water. I went out the door and I was talking to the Mexican lady, and I was like, no what? No agua? She was like, no, all day, all day.
Was that today?
No, this was last week.
Okay.
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 So that's why we're going to do our own water testing. We're going to do our own water testing, and we're going to continue to speak truth. You know, we're going to continue going down to City Hall. We're going to continue doing the public comments. We're going to continue doing the live stream. Every media outlet, we're going to use every media outlet, and this is going to lead up to the court cases, to the slumlord lawsuits, and we have to put these politicians, these elected officials on blast. You know, they keep playing these unnecessary chess games, idiotic games with the lives of us as residents. And we're paying them to play with our lives with our sales tax dollars. So we have to get to the bottom of this, and we have to get some resolve. And this mission has to continue and spread out. Andrea Boone District 10 is what we're dealing with now, but we have to go to every district, especially District 1, 3, 4, 9, 11, 12. We have to go to each district to identify these problems, because these are our low-income areas. So we see what they're coming with. We've been seeing the foolishness. Now it's just time to expose it and get the resolve that we deserve. How do you feel about that, Brother Davenport?
Okay, first, let me do this officially. First, giving honor to God, who I oftentimes call my conductor. I don't have a PhD, but I do have a GOD. My name is James Davenport. I'm the president and founder of the Hit and Run Help Foundation. Glad to be of service to everybody who's listening tonight. Yeah, brother, you know, you and I see eye to eye. First thing I want to say is to let everybody know we already have a drop shipment coming for a pallet of water from Walmart on ML King. I just need to get, well, Brother Lee and I know what we need to do with that. What I would like.
We thank Walmart. We thank Walmart and we thank those managers. We really appreciate it.
But what I would like to do in addition to that, as I told you, I did stop and I hollered at Quincy Springs yesterday, but I did not follow up. It is my intention to include the business world, preferably the black business, but we ain't turning down no colored money. Involved in this situation, and as Lee mentioned, it's not just Darren Village. We know it's not just Darren Village. We need to touch everybody who's involved, and Lee know how I feel about Miss Boone. She's strict now, y'all. That lady will tell you one thing, and all of a sudden it ain't so.
Let me say this: when you talk about including the business world, which is a great idea, and that's the order that it should be taken in, but that deals with the NPUs. We need to hit the NPUs too, and to make this make awareness of this in the NPU.
Well, I can appreciate that, but you know how I roll. I'm a one-man band. When I get it on my mind, I'm going to folk directly myself. I ain't trying to wait on nobody to include them, just like you see that I did with Walmart. I'm going strictly to the people.
Listen what I'm saying, brother. This is the point of having the NPU. And this is the point of having elected officials. We have allowed them to separate themselves from their duties and their purpose, and to be a self-serving entity. So the only way we're going to break that up and get it back to the original order of how they're supposed to operate is that we're going to have to put it on them. And we're going to have to push that order and that responsibility and that duty according to what they signed up for, according to what they are paid for, and what they even have been allowed to be organized for, as far as the NPU. Because the NPU is bringing in money from those businesses, from the residents. They're bringing in money, and they're ignoring the tenants that are in need, who they are responsible.
Okay, I understand that. Okay, yeah, let's do that. But on the same, not even on the flip side, but on the same note, just like it takes time dealing with these folks and all of this, I ain't about that. I don't need nobody to actually toot my horn for me. I toot the horn for other people. And as far as going through, their processes and stuff, that's fine and well. But let's try it both ways. Let me do what I do too. Because I ain't
handle your business and how you handle this. And not saying we're not going through just their way, because they're not going according to the manual, to the book of what an NPU is supposed to be. And this is the conversation that elder activist Ben Howard has been trying to push out to the public, is that it has gotten out of hand. And these issues like we're having now are allowed because the NPUs have got out of hand, and the elected official who we put in office with the black skin, with the Democratic Party, we put these people in the office. We elect these NPU leaders, and they come in the community, in the neighborhood, and they just serve their own interests. So that has to be affected. Now, at the same time, and I understand what you're saying, is that, hey, we can't sit and wait on them. We still have a job to do. I'm 100% with that. And on that token, I'm going to say, hey, next week, let's get back in Darren Village. Let's get this tea tree, let's help with the mold situation. Let's get that water. If we got to store it in each other's houses, if we got to store it in the tenants' houses, however we got to do it, let's get it done. This is the point of having this meeting. Let's plan on that. Let's not talk about what we can't do. Let's figure out what we can do.
Absolutely. And that being said, we got the voting stuff, behind us. I'm willing to come out tomorrow. If I have to take a lift ride out, I'll come out there tomorrow. If somebody want to meet me at Darren Village tomorrow. So we can put that. There's a minister who lives in my complex, and he got boots on the streets on the ground. You know me, I'm all about getting involved, rolling up my sleeve, letting my hair down. Y'all don't understand. I don't even have any hair. I haven't had any hair and I don't know how long. So I'm willing to come out there tomorrow, sit for however long it takes. And just like the sister mentioned, she want to know what building they're testing. I'll be willing to come out there and sit, wait till they come test, do what they got to do. Shucks, if they want to test me, test me. But
Okay, that's
we're going to get this thing done.
Cause it don't make no sense for them to test a building that ain't nobody in.
Well, see, you hit the nail on the head when you said that, because of the fact, when you said that, that was key. Because of the fact, just like I mentioned earlier, there has to be a plant, and somebody mentioned there could be areas where there is no problem that they know of, and then they will try to focus on that.
Exactly.
But we dealing with holistic here. We ain't dealing with bits and pieces. We talking about everybody for the common good. Everybody. If one person is suffering, all of us is suffering.
Okay, so look, let's move right along. Let's get some other comments from the other members. Brother Lemieux, how you feel about that? What with the conversation so far?
I mean, at the end of the day, those tactics are rude and wrong. Yeah, they should make sure they test the people that are living there, their places, not just no empty places. You know what I'm saying? No empty spots. That don't make sense at all. So yeah, if we can get our own test too as well, would be great.
So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we doing our own testing. We need to plan that. We'll do an off meeting. We'll plan. We get our own testing. Brother Nico,
Yes, sir.
how you feel about everything? Do you have a comment on it?
Yeah, I have a comment. I think that you and James both on the same page. As we got to attack these politicians and we got to attack businesses and nation. Both.
They're so used to getting away with things, man.
I don't want to, this is what I'm saying right now. I don't want us to get caught up in emotions.
Yeah.
When we get caught up in emotions, it helps us to fail when it comes to our plan, because when you strategize and you're thinking with emotions, you're not thinking of what the other side is doing. So we need to have strategic moves. I understand we all upset, we all pissed off, we all angry, but we need to come with strategic moves on how we counteract what's going on and how we come to a solution for each problem based on the resources that we do have. So that's our response. Let Sister Ebony say something. Sister Ebony, how do you feel about this?
I feel good. I think like something I'd be interested in is knowing the precedent for how you go about accountability. I also strongly agree with Mr. Davenport that as far as actually taking care of the citizens themselves, I think that we can do a lot more by getting our resources together as far as immediate help, because I feel like that moves a lot faster than politics does. But on the politics side, I would love to know what the precedent is for holding government officials accountable, because our governmental structure is supposed to be that if you are not doing your job, then you can be removed by the people. If it is proven that you are not doing that which is set out in your position, and you're actually neglecting the office, and as you mentioned, neglecting the tax dollars that the citizens are spending for you to have said position, there is a protocol for us to remove that person. And so I think that's also what some politicians have been calling for when they've been asking for people to go harder for holding people accountable. The only people that can remove them is the citizens. There's not really any other way for them to be removed. And so I feel like long-term solutions does include figuring out I think as far as Ms. Boone is concerned, she just needs to go. I don't think there's any more accountability or hand slapping for her. We need a new person. And I think the new precedent will be also that if a person is successfully removed, it sends the message that people are paying attention to you. You can't just get in here because you're black and you're Democratic or you're whatever it was that got you here, and then just collect your check and your benefits and just forget about everybody that helped you. Because then it becomes run for 6 to 9 months and then just forget about us. And that can't be it. You won't get reelected. You won't continue to have that job. You won't continue to just be there for years neglecting everyone. And then we have to pay out of pocket again to solve the problem. And we've already paid you for that. That's the point of the taxes. So I do strongly believe in our money not being wasted. Why would all these people be paying for support and they can't get it? And we have to go the different routes. So I'm definitely on board for both. I'd love to know if it's ever been done before that a person has ever been successfully removed for not doing their job, because that's what's going to have to be brought to them. Like, hey, as per
let's make that a part of the agenda to look into that in other cities and states to see, and then we can go by the Atlanta Charter. We have an Atlanta Charter as well as a state constitution, and let's research that to see how do we successfully make that happen. That was a great comment, Sister Ebony. Phone Peter, you have something you want to add? Okay, I guess not. In light of what we're dealing with, this is a very tedious journey. So I had reached out to Brother Davenport about the seniors. We had a project coming up that we have neglected concerning the seniors having their benefits that comes from the county. They have a program for the seniors where they come clean up their houses, bring food. I want to put some pressure on that program to make sure, one, that it's ran right, and two, that it's funded enough, that it'll reach all of our seniors, not just a few that know about it and that have signed up. Another agenda item is the child neglect laws, influencing that and adding the social side. We've been talking about that for the last 3 months. Brother Eric, we're going to put him in charge. I wish he could have made the meeting tonight, but he didn't make the meeting. We're going to put him in charge of that, to lead the charge, and we're going to have a portion of the meeting that's dedicated to the seniors, dedicated to housing injustice, and dedicated to our youth, making sure that their needs are met and that they are not being criminalized for being victims of being unsheltered and unparented. So how you feel about that, Brother Davenport?
Well, yeah, first and foremost, let me say, good idea. As a whole, I think what is best to do if we form, whether it be a committee or whatever. I do know Mackenzie, like I told you, my newly appointed executive secretary, she'll be on board tomorrow, prayerfully. And in her capacity with the New Georgia Project, that is basically what she do, deal with senior citizens. So in knowing and understanding how these people work, all of these informations are not made readily available to everybody. For instance, the Fulton County Star Line, I had to find out about that from Sister Rosalind Elliott. She lives in the Peachtree Road high rise. Everything that they are made available to them, she lets me know. And I spread the word to my complex. And see, this is how we've been getting treated as a whole for years and years. The light-skinned folks on that end always get all the amenities, and then sometimes we'll be lucky to hear about it. So we need to form somewhat of a task force that we can let all our seniors know of almost any and everything available to them, because people don't know.
That's right. So that's something that we work on there in the near future. Sister Sam, how do you feel about that? We want to start including you too, because you've been a very strong force and a strong part of our movement, and we actually feel like you have a lot to offer. So we want to start to include you in our works, even outside of housing justice. So how do you feel about that with the
you know, a lot of our seniors just they dropped the ball on them, and I hear exactly what you're saying. They dropped the ball on them. I lost my grandmama a couple years ago, and I wish she was here so I could definitely be. She would be so shocked to just see me in on it. Like just last night, my kid's dad asked me. He said, "Did you ever see yourself led in this direction?" I said, "No, not at all." You know, I didn't. I didn't see this for myself at all. But LaRon has been such an inspiration to. I just can't stop now. I can't. And I'm in it all the way.
There you
I'm
go.
just in it all the way with y'all. Where we going, we gonna move together. We gonna be one band, one sound. We moving together.
That's right. That's right. That's right. When that calling hits you, you can't turn away. People talk about me all the time. Like, Lee, why the hell you go so hard for free? Missing money, missing opportunity. You can have this, have that. I was like, humanity is my highest order.
And you know what? One it's I'm so moved by this. What Sister Ebony was saying about trying to hold these people accountable. My mama always told me when somebody's smiling at you, when they
Be
showing
careful.
you your teeth, when they
Be
showing you
careful.
their teeth, they ain't out. You got to be careful. They ain't
Yes,
always
ma'am. Be
smiling
careful.
in a good way.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, they
Yes,
can show you
ma'am.
their teeth all day long, and I see that in Andrea Boone, 100%. I see it.
Ma'am, Brother Lee will tell you, I've had my fill of her. I mean, you know, I've done protests and she's shown up and, you know, oh my goodness, that lady ain't nothing but a snake in the grass, and I don't mind saying it. I do not mind saying he know how I feel about her. I already peeped the whole card long time ago. So, you know, hey, I already know. Already know. Been there, done that with that lady.
Mm.
Yeah, but she's a part. She's not the whole problem, but she's a part of the problem. It's the
Oh,
system.
no one ever said she was the whole problem.
Yeah.
It's a bigger picture to the
It's
problem.
a
But
big.
she definitely part of that puzzle. She's
Yeah,
a piece in that puzzle.
All of that, oh God, all of them are guilty the same.
There you
know, and the chat that we have in the movement, when our lives are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. All of us. You attack one person, you attack everybody. And they do the same thing. You should see how they sit up and pat each other on the back when we speak public comment. Man, these folk don't care nothing about us. Period. Only time I got Councilman Bond, Matt Westmoreland's true attention last week when I said, Councilman Bond, you know this for a fact. When I called you and I said, I'm ready to call a protest, and you said, why a protest? And I simply said, because we can't get what we want. That next week we got what we want. You got to say what you mean and mean what you say. Say what now?
It's so sad you got to light that fire up on them like that. You got to make a threat like that. It's so sad.
But it's the reality because they're all about image. So they just want votes to get in that office. It's a career move for them. They don't understand the humanity that comes along with that seat, with that position. So for them, it's just a career move. You know, they'll do what they got to do, play their part, and try to move up from city council person to president of city council to mayor to governor. That's their idea. So they're just by image, and that's how we use that. We use that fact that all you want is votes. So if we get the ear of the people and we unite, and you know that we have the ear of the people, then it forces them to come out and do more because they just want the vote. So we add value to our vote. We add something to it to say you just can't get it now because you're black and Democrat. Now you have to put that work.
That's dumb. That's out the door. They just like a small child and getting away with what they've been getting away with all these years. But baby, that carrot has gotten so short. It's down to the feathers. So y'all got to move. You know, we gotta move. And some of you all did not hear, and I recommend it to Brother Lee that we sit in at the mayor's office. See, the mayor ain't the mayor. I know he hears what's going on, but we
But
gotta
he'll feel
include.
it. He
We
need to
gotta
feel
include.
it. He gotta feel it.
Absolutely.
And you know what?
Absolutely.
And I left y'all on a note last night. My favorite activist, Hosea Williams. I'm unbought and unbossed. I've been all day listening to stuff with him and Allie Pat, and they just been fueling me. Y'all don't hear me.
Yeah, they're great inspiration. I had the honor to meet him as a child.
You know that's my fault.
Yeah, and then well, one of his medallions, his son-in-law put around my neck in 2016. Such an honor, such an honor to and he warned us about everything that's going on today. He warned us
Sure
about
did. Yes,
Smarter
he
in
did.
everything. He did say it, crab in the barrel mentality.
Yes,
He
he
mentioned
did.
all of the above.
Yes, he did.
And they ridiculed him to the bone. All of them did. And the young, all of them. You know, I might step on some toes. I don't know who on the thread, but and the young and all of them, they ridiculed that man, and he was the only person to come out and tell us the truth and tell us what was going to be happening in 2022. Everything that man has said has come to fruition.
Yeah.
Everything. And I don't mind saying it. I do remember when that man went to Forsyth County with almost 30 folk, they stoned him.
Yes.
And his words were, he had to say but a couple of words. He said, I'll be back. And a couple of weeks later, they went back with 30,000. 30,000 strong folk.
That's correct. So what's our next move? What's our plan to action when we're dealing with this house? I know we're going to get the water tested. We're going to come. We're going to come together and do that. We know that. We have to organize with the water drive. That's something that we should discuss that now. We should figure out how to distribute the water, because I have people already who have gotten cases of water and they're waiting on me to say. So Sister Sand, can you get with Sister Sheena or something and just get these people number and just let them bring the water to you all's house?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to her tomorrow. I look out and about the day my birthday, so I was kind of out there.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, enjoy your day. Yeah. Did you enjoy it? How you enjoyed it?
I did. It was, you know what? It's been cool and easy, and I'm just so happy to be above the ground today. Y'all know what I've been through. Well, you do. Hey, so it was just a blessing for me to wake up and see it and just enjoy it with my children and my family, and it's been just smooth sailing all day. So I'm great with that. I would definitely get out and reach out to Sheena, her sister, and a couple of others. I'm gonna get out and get to moving tomorrow, get some numbers and stuff for you. If you have to bring them to my house, her house, whatever you got to do, and we can distribute it like that, we'll do that. You know.
We'll cut out the middleman.
Yeah, because my question was with her saying that she's gonna test the water herself. So was she blocking us from housing it there?
Yeah, that's basically what she's saying. So what's going to end up happening? I can tell you, I done seen this crap happen a million times. They're going to come back with some juke stats saying that the water is still drinkable. You can still cook with it. You can still take baths with it. You know, they're just going to juke the stacks. That's what they're going to do. So, like I said, we're going to get our own water testing, but we know better. You know, so the whole plan is, like I said, let's cut out the middleman, you know, and then we're going to put them on blast for that. You know, say, hey, this is what we had to do. We didn't get the support that you claimed. Just yesterday, she said she's going to support it. Now,
so this is what I wanted to tell you. The rent office lady approached me today, and she asked me, am I dealing with the guys that are trying to expose what's going on in their village? I said, well, have you seen it? I hope you have, because I'm definitely in it. She
So
said, what do you think you're gonna get from this? I said, what do you think we need to get from this? You stay out here. So
Wow.
you stay out here. So it's not like you don't know what's going on.
I'm glad you said that. So what that means is that we're gonna have to hurry up and get those lawsuits out, because they're gonna. I'm telling the next move they're gonna try those illegal evictions.
Okay.
So I tell you, every day I wake up and I look on the door to see what's on the door. I ain't then got on the door yet, so we'll see. And her thing was, we've been trying to help you with rental assistance and things, but seem like everything get denied though, don't it?
That's the next move. That's gonna be the next move that we're gonna have to do for you all in the tenants. We're gonna have to go ahead and get these cases filed. We can't play with that no longer, because that's what's gonna come up next. Is gonna be illegal evictions. That's their only play.
Okay, let me chime in right here because I see where it's going. If they're finna do a power play, scrap CT Martin. What I'd like to know, if there's an area on those grounds that there's some space that a drop shipment can be made. Reason I say that, and I already let you all know that I got Walmart waiting, for us to do the proper paperwork, with the indication of a 501c3 or just a nonprofit, and they're ready to move. One of the things that I'm thinking of, I don't know if Dewan is online or not. I'd like to get him and Killer Mike involved. Reason being,
one of my good friends, Michael Randall, one of my good friends.
Okay, one of the things that happened a couple of years ago when we out here protesting after the George Floyd's incident, the day that the verdict came down, there were hundreds of cases of water delivered to Liberty Plaza. And I know this firsthand because I participate with the Young Atlanta Leaders, and Hannah, who actually controlled and emceed the program, actually let me know. Some people were actually offended that this person got an opportunity to speak to the crowd, even though his name was mud in the media at the time, and I'm talking about T.I. But T.I. purchased almost 500 cases of water. I know for a fact I was a participant. After that event was over that day, that was a couple of hundred of cases left at Liberty Plaza out on the sidewalk. Why did I say that? I said that to say this. I do know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of T.I. I got a personal vendetta. Lee knows what it is. But I do know for a fact if he catches wins or something like that, he will contribute. As we do, a lot of people in his capacity will do this. We do not have to count on Andrea Boone to say what we can and can't do. You all pay rent where you live.
Which we're not.
Huh?
We're not doing that. That's not our
right. No. I'm not saying that we're doing it, but it seems as if since you was talking about the CT Martin facility, trying to step in, but you all pay rent on down to the top.
That's what we just did. We just established that we're moving around that.
Right,
so we're cutting that out. We're scrapping that out. We're going to let the tenant sister sign, and she's going to reach out to the other tenants, and we're going to directly get the water to them who need it. They the ones who need it. We don't have to worry about, like you said, and like we agree on, we don't have to worry about Andrea Boone donating the CT Martin Recreation Center. We're going straight ahead full steam. We'll get it to their houses. We'll keep it coming. And that's the plan. That's the plan with that. If we get anybody else to donate, we're going to put the call out. And if we can get anybody else to donate water, that'll be great. And to make awareness, that'll be great.
Okay, let me ask you this. As you were saying that, I just brainstormed. Does everybody or the majority of the people at that complex have the ability to go and pick up water themselves, just in case there's a problem, or would you all just rather just deal with having it just?
There are some disabled, but they have family members that live in the same unit, so they can get the water if need be. If we can't get it directly to them, they can come out and pick the water, even if we have to meet on the street or whatever and distribute the water, because they say it's private property or whatever the issue may be. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. Before we adjourn tonight, let's make sure that we are ironclad on how we want to have this process taking place tomorrow, because the way me, I don't like wasting time. Tomorrow with me is D-Day. Let's do it right now. Let's get it done. If we could actually map out what we're actually gonna do, if we're gonna have drop shipments, or we're gonna have actually going to a couple of tenants' houses.
Let Sister Sand get with the other residents. We don't want to leave them out, and they're very important to organizing of this water drive. So by tomorrow, we'll know something.
Okay. So we're reaching for tomorrow to actually have some kind of organization as far as what our actually plan is. Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
How the rest of y'all feel about that? How you feel about that, Nico, Farmer P? I want y'all to chime in too. Everybody's an equal member. I want y'all to have y'all voices heard.
Yeah, we need to get a sense of who can get the water, access to the water and everything. We do need to know that.
Say what? Say it again.
I said we do need to know the sense of who people can come get the water or not. If we can, if there's possible we can get in and get them to each door, that'd be nice too. But we got to see who can, who can't make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll find a storage spot. Between tonight and this weekend, I'll find a storage spot. I can reach out to my family members. I can reach out to the brothers. We'll find a storage spot. We're gonna.
And let me tell you something. My mother stays right up the street on Linkwood before you get to the HE Home Station. We're gonna have stored in my house. My mom got a driveway, the garage area. She knows everything that we're going through, and she's in it with me too. She stays right up the street off Delmar, right off Delmar.
Okay, that'll work. That call up Mom Dukes and see what she say, and that'll work.
Okay.
Just let me know. So what we're gonna do about? I wish Brother Eric was on the phone. We want to find some kind of order to get started with our youth, to push with this social side to the enforcement laws, the Georgia enforcement laws. Maybe we'll hold it. Let's hold that item.
Yeah. I was just about to say, before you switch gears, because I got some news that just came across me today that's dealing with the seniors, and I know you're gonna be excited to hear this.
How long you think it's gonna take? We finna cut the live stream. We want to stay up under 50. Go ahead. How long you think it'll be?
Okay. Of course, and some of you know that I've been working on getting free lift rides for senior citizens. I got a call today from Cynthia McDonald with the Atlanta Housing Authority, and she actually has been communicating with several of the high rises, and a lot of them are excited about participating in this. So she asked me, because she told, well, I do know it is hard for them to communicate other people's information because of laws or whatever. So tomorrow I am going to get her thoroughly contact information for everybody else who are in these other high rises who want to participate, give them equal access to me so we can get this ball rolling. Why did I say that? Because a lot of y'all are under Atlanta Housing Authority rules. So we can get the ball rolling even on the other end, getting them involved in almost everything that we do, as long as Atlanta Housing Authority. We got a door open now. We do have a door open now. We got some ears. So we're not in this fight alone.
Okay, so let's write that down so we can all get a better understanding of what that looked like and how can we be involved as Premier to Unity.
Okay,
to do our part and support.
And tomorrow exactly, I would have everything as far as what Ms. McDonald, what she will be presenting in everything because she asked me, you know, my full capacity hit One Help Foundation. And actually, you know, I mentioned from me into Unity, she wants to know where we stand as far as all she wants to know is how these people can contact us legally. That's all she wants to know. She's willing to help us with whatever senior issue we have. So,
Okay.
and I have full confidence in it. You know, I told you when they were all out here 3 Saturdays ago, I had conversations with them. I got their ear, I got their phone numbers, ready to roll. I don't mess around. I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. All right. So let's have final word. Sister Sam, let you kick it off. Final word. If you have anything you want to say.
No, this has been a great meeting. Thank you so much for bringing me in full blast. I really appreciate you guys and keeping us informed and updated. I do. I thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
you all. And glad to be of service. And I apologize personally on my behalf and behalf of for me, Auntie Unity, that it took us this long to even get the ball rolling because you all have been suffering too long, and the other residents who are going through the same situation are suffering too long. So thank
And
you.
you know what? These people got so many out here just scared. They don't know what to do. I'm not scared. And I told you that from day one. I'm not scared.
That's right.
You can't do nothing to me.
We
God
thank
got me covered. I am blessed and highly favored, baby. I've been through the worst of it. So it ain't nothing you can do to me that you think you can do to me.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna be all right.
That's right. That's right. The higher power gonna make sure of it. Brother Lemuel, final words.
This has been a good meeting. I hope we can get this water test done before they even come up with any kind of misleading
Mess, right?
information.
Hmm.
I don't need no misleading information trying to discourage us and discourage the residents
There you go.
from, you know what I'm saying, going against the powers that be. Because they're supposed to be there for us, but they're actually there for themselves. So they've got to change that.
There you go. There you go.
They
We
gotta change
always
that.
out of order. We always out of order. We forget about Sister Ebony. We put the women first and let them speak first. Okay, Sister Ebony, go ahead, Sister Ebony.
Yeah, no, I feel like we're in a good place. There's some resources that I'm gonna I won't say them now so that we can end on time, but I have some resources that I'm gonna put into our notes for today as far as different things we can refer people to. And if there's anything else that you guys think would be helpful, if you could put it in the chat or send it however, just so that we can get a resources list going for people too. That's it.
Let me ask you a question to piggyback off the last meeting we had at Mr. Everything. So you said you can do a documentary.
Yeah, like we can do. What I had in mind was more so to take. Well, yeah, it could be turned into a documentary, but more so to take snippets of the entirety of the process as well as explaining what all of what people are seeing and using it in our media campaigns. And for the people that are very interested in our whole process, then all of that content can be spliced together in a meaningful way for a documentary. Maybe that can live on a website or something like that.
Okay, because I was thinking of a full-fledged documentary where we go from different apartments and housing in Atlanta and let the people tell their story and what they're dealing with.
Do you I have the ability to get that written and I can help to film it. We'd need more people though, so maybe we could open that up.
Okay, all right, perfect. Former P.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have any last remarks?
So what's the next meetup so we can pass the water out? The water.
That's
And
so tomorrow, Sister Sam will be getting with the tenants of Darren Village and her mother, Mom Dukes, to see on the storage location and how they want it to be distributed if they want to come directly to them as a second option.
Okay, and also the water testing. Are you're gonna do that soon, right?
Yes, we on the water testing. So we want to get that done by this week. By the
Do
close of
you
this.
know when they open up the offers up in East Point?
Yeah, it's on Washington Road. Yeah.
It's open yet? It's a public.
Oh, yeah. It's open. All it is, I sent you the information. All you gotta do is just fill out a form, and get the sample yourself, put it in a bottle, and send it to them. And 2 to 3 weeks later, they will have the test results.
All right, yeah. If they sound good though.
Okay. Cousin Nico, last but not least.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is definitely a great meeting, guys. Definitely got to stay ahead of the curve. Stay ahead of the curve. I'm looking at this website. I'm gonna send it to the group chat as well as tenants rights brochure for Georgia, and it has a bunch of good information that we can give to the tenants as well, where you talk to the
It's
people.
on there already. Yes, I posted on there like last week before last. And if you go up and it's a lot of stuff on there. I
Okay.
posted on there like 6 months ago, so it's on there twice. But post on
Okay.
there again. It won't hurt to post it again. It won't hurt.
Okay. Bet. Well, that's all I have to say. Great meeting. Let's continue to make the progress.
All right.
Well, Lee, let me ask this right quick. Sister Sandra, do you think it's possible for y'all could get a spotter out there tomorrow just to snoop, just to see if they have a Atlanta vehicle coming out there, just in case they're not bluffing, to see if we can find out if they are coming to test the waters, so that we know.
Well, let me tell you something that I do every morning. I get up and I go for a walk every morning. So
Okay.
I can do a walk around the apartments with no problem.
Okay. So
Now they're back coming out to test in the water. They're gonna get that water from Andrea Boone's faucet in her bathroom or something like that.
I'm not gonna end up seeing nobody. I can walk around that apartment complex 12 times and I ain't gonna see nobody.
Sounds
But
good.
when I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna walk out.
She too hot-headed to come out there and go into a unit, knowing the condition of that unit, and get a water sample. You know darn well she ain't coming.
Man, trifling.
I know how she is, but just in case they might just send a city vehicle out there just for bluffing.
Miss Charlene says she's up at. She said
Okay.
she's in the office at 8:30 every morning, so
Okay.
I can go and take my little walk around the block and go right on through.
Okay, that's fine. So I won't be needed to come out there tomorrow. But if y'all want me to come out, I'll come. So all I want to know is that how do we push this button as far as when do we get this water rolling? So I'm anxious. I already got folk ready. And the last idea I just put out, we got some folks who are really able to buy water. Water ain't gonna be no problem, y'all. Water is not gonna be a problem.
And water is not our only issue too. We got to get in there and get that mold. So we're gonna have to get that off too and get those peace lily plants as soon as we can.
Right.
That's another big health hazard that the tenants are dealing with. So we got to get in there next week. And if we just go and send out a piece of paper how to actually do it themselves, or we come in and go to each resident house as a guest and do it ourselves, we're gonna have to figure that out soon.
Now let me make this suggestion. Just like Walmart is willing to do more than water, let's think about looking into other avenues. For instance, some contractors who are willing to come in and and do some things. So just like you're saying, let's start addressing these other issues that causes health problems. These immediate issues. We know everybody need water, but you all got some health problems over there. Let's start tackling
that water too. That's a serious condition. So
absolutely.
It's gonna be that mold with that bacteria in the air and that bacteria in that water that the tenants are cooking and bathing with. So those are the two main concerns that we got to address right now.
So yeah, so let's get on top of it so we can actually, because we got to be able to kill more than two birds with one stone with this, because you got a long list there, and all of them are as equally as important as the others. So we got the work cut out, but let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the best right there. That's the
And I was going to go and take Sister Sheena. Remember, I told you I had that rat problem the same way she talking about the rat problem,
Yep,
and
yep.
I don't no more. So I went and bought some more boric acid and some other things, and what I'm gonna do tomorrow is take her this concoction, but I need for it to be safe for the children and stuff. Cause see, my kids are big, but my grandkids are over here, so the bugs aren't as bad as they were. It's still bad, but it's better than it was. The infestation is not what it was, and I don't have the rat problem no more.
Let me
So I'm gonna go take this to Sister Sheena and see if it will help her in some type of way.
let me give you one remedy for that. Ant removal like Amdro. If you spread that out, that'll help kill your rodent problem.
You put it in the kitchen. Put it in the kitchen and the restroom. That's all you got to do, because that's what they feed at. They nest in kitchens and restrooms.
Yeah, and because of the water and stuff, they feed off that water and stuff. And if you got leaks and stuff, and which is what we're having issues with. This is why it's so bad.
But like Brother Davenport said, they got some stuff. I forget the name of it, but it's fire ant killer.
That's right. You can sprinkle it in your apartment, sprinkle it around the building, and all. It'll get rid of them.
They gone.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely get with Sister. Well, I'm going to see her in the morning anyway, so we're gonna talk about that, and we'll get that and get going with it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Thank you all so much for attending the meeting. Thank everyone who watching these live streams, who are supporting, who are passing the word. We really appreciate you all. It takes all of us. That's why the name of the nonprofit is From Me Until Unity. So it comes from the humanity in one of us, and it spreads to all of us, and encourages us to stick together and understand that we are all powerful as one under the higher power.
That's right.
So you all have a great night.
Sounds good. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Enjoyed it.
Good night. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Lerone
Good night.
McGee. I'm Lerone McGee. I represent the nonprofit From Me Until Unity. I'm here today on behalf of the people of Darren Village Apartments in District 10. They are living in dilapidated housing, and they are paying $9.75 a month for rent. And so I said I was going to come down. I wanted them to come down with me. They were not able to make it. These are working class people, majority, and some are handicapped, and they couldn't make it down today. So I said I'll be here to represent for them. I also has constructed a list that I passed out last night on their needs to help them along. I know that it's a housing crisis, and it's not much that can be done. It's going on all over America, but what I said was at least it's something that we can do to help their living to improve, better quality of life. They're dealing with sewage coming up out of their faucets. They're dealing with flooding, heavy flooding. They're dealing with mold issues. They have medical reports saying that since they have been living there, they have contracted cancer and lung disabilities, certain problems. So I just want to come along and see what we can do to help them to have just a better quality of life. And I do thank Andrea Boone, council member, for responding last night and putting the call out. And we're going to do a water drive for them because they are still bathing in the sewage water and cooking in the water. But they have stopped drinking it, but it's just as worse. So I just said we just need to come together, and please check your emails. Everyone check your emails. I sent the email out, the list, and I hope I can get all you all support. Thank you so much.
Been joined by Councilmember Amos, our vice chair. And upon her request, I'm going to let Councilmember Boone respond, as that is District 10 is her district.
Thank you, sir. We have been out to the Darren Village Apartments over the past 4 weeks working with Ms. Lisa Morshow, who is working with the Solicitor's Office. We appreciate you all's interest. We have received your letter regarding the hot water tank that will be replaced and some of the things that can be replaced. We are in the process of moving some of the residents, but we are on top of this issue, and it is very unfortunate that citizens are living in these conditions. The bottles and jugs of water will be made available. So we are going through your list, and I have been in touch with Ms. Lisa Morshow as early as 1 p.m. today. Thank you for your interest.
Thank you, Councilmember Boone. Next, DeJuan Robinson.
Afternoon, Council. I was going to echo Mr. McGee's sentiments, but thank you, Councilman Boone, for your swiftly concern and showing empathy, so there's nothing else to be said, because I did get notification that you did reach out and everything was being taken care of, so thank you. And can I defer my remainder 2 minutes to Mr. Shakur? Is that okay?
Yes, sir. We'll call on you when I get to you. You'll have an additional 2 minutes, Mr. Shakir, if you can reflect that. Next is Ms. Henri Jordan.